My name is Margaret Williams, and I did my presentation on Chapter 3, Criminal Law. A crime is defined as a violation of a statute, and statutes are laws that are designed to protect the public. Crimes are classified into three groups: treason, felony, and misdemeanor. A treason is considered to be a major crime by the United States Constitution, and the Constitution defines it as treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. A felony is a serious crime against society, and examples of a felony include murder, arson, bribery, or embezzlement. These crimes can be punished by either execution, a prison sentence of more than a year, or a heavy fine. A misdemeanor is considered to be a less serious offense than a felony, and it is usually punished by a fine, a smaller fine, or imprisonment of less than a year. Examples of misdemeanor include certain traffic offenses, thefts of small amounts of money, and the use of illegal measuring devices. The term white-collar crime is used to describe various crimes that typically do not involve force or violence committed by or against businesses. Examples of these usually include stock swindles, frauds against insurance companies, credit card fraud, income tax evasion, cyberspace fraud, and theft of computer programs. And one of the main ones is embezzlement. Security frauds is when a company or person, such as a stockbroker or investment firm, provide false information to potential investors to influence their decisions to buy or sell securities. So they give false information to try to bring them in to get their business, only to turn around and not do what they say. A Ponzi scheme is a type of securities frauds where large gains are promised to investors, but in reality, the investments are used to provide a return on older investments. These Ponzi schemes inevitably collapse over time because they become too large to cover with new ones. Arson is the crime of willingly causing the burning of another person's property. However, also classified by the crime is when an owner burns down its own house or in order to get insurance money, to use that money to make it bigger or better. Burglary is the illegal entering of another person's premises for the purpose of committing a crime, and robbery is the taking of property in the possession of someone else against their will, usually under the threat of harm. And larceny includes most forms of theft, including robbery, hijacking, embezzlement, and shoplifting. Bribery is a crime that consists of giving or taking money or property of value with the intent of influencing someone in the performance of his or her duty. In the crime, both the giver and the receiver of the bribe can be charged with bribery. Bribery is the crime of wrongfully making or altering writings of another with the intent to defraud. Examples of this include falsifying a signature on a check or the endorsement on the back, or signing a signature that is not yours without that person's permission. Embezzlement is the wrongful taking of money or other property that has been entrusted to a person as a part of his or her employment. It is considered a white-collar crime. An example of this is a bank teller. A customer comes in and gives the bank teller money that he wants deposited into the bank. Instead of doing that, the bank teller takes it and uses it for his or her personal needs. Whereas bribery, where both parties are willing to exchange the money, extortion is the opposite. It is the taking of or demanding money by using force, where one party is willing and one is not. Credit card fraud is when an individual gains access to credit card numbers of people by them making purchases on the internet or having their personal information up there. They usually max out the cards with no intention of ever paying them off. Identity theft is similar to credit card fraud, but instead of just the credit cards, the person steals their whole identity, including personal information. They get this through data on the internet that the other people have posted in order to make orders or social media.